was gonna say, isn't that like the Nordic system?
Shh. Ready. From where we left last off, you guys have made your way to the new continent of Glyphon. On a trip to find your wonderful, wonderful paladin who had seemingly been kidnapped by some type of group of drow. You apparently found their boat, made your way through caverns, while also rescuing and taking with you a very old, tiny little gnome. Making your way through the caves, you found this group of drow, taking them out in pretty quick haste. You found one that was tied up, Shay beat up a little, and that's where we can return to. For this, actually, I'm just going to switch maps back to the one we were previously on. There we go.
Ooh, I empty cavern.
Random maps, just in case. Yes.
So question is, who wants to start?
So yes, you guys had just finished killing a group of sea cats that came down the river, hearing all the noise and rustling of fighting that they came to investigate. Aaron, you were watching from a distance. See, words today, no one's doing them. And you had left the bodies of the drow at the top of the plinth steps that seemed to be going towards some opening in the wall. And someone just dropped.
Owen?
Did we lose Owen?
Out of the...
It's still showing online. Oh, in the Roll 20.
Yeah, in Roll 20.
Still here.
Okay. Fair enough. In that case, then, yeah. Yeah, Seraphina, you were pushed down by one of them, but then was instantly killed, so you got up. And yes, with that, the combat had finished, and you guys were figuring out what to do next, and what to do with the prisoner that's tried to hide in the corner. And is now just being overwatched by Shay, who's actually kind of out of line of sight currently. Jace, you saw them run around the... Jace? Ulan, you saw him run around the corner. But apart from that, you guys have no insight. So, who wants to go first?
Got it.
Does Seraphina look okay?
Seraphina?
Yes.
Got 30 hit points, so yeah.
Yeah, I healed you last time, I think. Yeah.
Traumatized by being crushed by a giant cat or anything?
Well, she might have. She was a little surprised, but
Okay.
she's not traumatized.
Okay. I'm gonna head over to where she was then.
Okay.
Is this drow who we've never met before unconscious or barely conscious?
He is still barely conscious.
I can't remember if she successfully knocked him out or not.
He is bruised.
No, I'm managed quite good, so I'm just standing there with my head bound.
And Shay is...
She stepped back a couple of feet.
What's Shay doing?
Just crossed arm.
I think she's just standing there.
She's just crossed armed. Just standing there. And then notices you come around the corner and kind of looks at him, shrugs.
Okay, I will stand next to Shay, forming a little box of arm foldedness, and we will just like passive aggressive monk at the drow.
I would like to follow Ulan over to see kind of what's going on.
Do the
because
rest
I
of you
did
do-
see a shape move in the shadows.
Yeah, all of you really saw the shape move across. There's a little bit of candlelight coming from some of the pillars in the center. But yeah, you all saw something go in that direction that Shay chased. So you can all go in that direction, actually.
When he comes up, I look up and say, "It's good to see you, Master Ulan."
Can I insight to see if I recognize his voice?
His voice? Yeah, go ahead.
Let me just pop my thingy into the thingy. Technical terms. Insight.
Yeah. The voice is distinctly familiar to yeah, it's very familiar to Ithelmore's. It's oddly strange in terms of it's
not muffled by the mask
it's
anymore.
clearer for some reason, mostly because there's no mask in the way. But yeah.
And do I recognize that the face is the same, just a different color? Because like the mask is modeled on his.
Have you studied his mask very much?
Well, I mean, I would recognize his face, presumably.
We spent a few nights together. We know the mask.
With the 19, yeah.
Never when he knew I was looking, but
You can connect parts of the face to what the mask was, as is a pretty good comparison
okay.
to the face in front of you. But it is very much a stark difference in terms of both skin color, the eyes themselves, which are very much not usual eyes in terms of just white with the iris. They're dark with red. And you can see his hair underneath as well, because he has no hood.
Now, have we seen him without a hood up,
No.
but with his mask on? So he always has the hood up as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, you have seen some hair sticking out, but not much.
Okay.
Possible, yeah. So you all make your way around.
Now, if this was my Sunday character, he'd just assumed that some kind of demon had stolen Ithelmore's voice. But Ulan's a little bit wiser than that. So
Is he? What's your wisdom?
14. I'm just gonna say, I think you've got some explaining to do, laddie.
Such as?
Who's got explaining to do? Because I can't see.
Are you? Well, you
Hello,
like,
Siren.
this weird drow here bears a striking resemblance to our friend Ithelmore, who was mysteriously kidnapped with no explanation whatsoever.
Aaron's walking away. But just no.
I would like to go around Ulan, give Ithelmore a hug, and put his holy symbol in his hands, and go behind Ulan again. With a bigger distance to Ulan this time.
Thank you, Mistress Serafina. It's good to see you.
Well, we're glad you're safe.
We're a
Thank you.
little surprised to see you, as it were. And then Ulan's gonna open the bag of holding, stick his hand in, and get out the mask that he put in separately, and hand that to Ithelmore.
I bow my head and say, "Thank you, Master Ulan," and I put the mask back on.
You can have the rest of your stuff when you have a wee crack at answering some of the questions. Like, what the ever-loving fuck is going on?
I have no idea myself. I do not know why they wanted me.
Ithelmore, give me Just give me a just a straight perception. Yeah, perception. This is gonna be slightly retroactive. But 16 works. Through your in and out state of being unconscious and then waking up, you always caught parts of their conversations in Elvens they had. And one of the words that kept on cropping up, which seemed to be focused in your direction, as Harande.
I'm sorry, did you say Harambe?
That's what I heard. That's what I heard too.
Really?
Wow. No. Put it in chat. Harande. Wow, you people. Alright. But yes.
I'm now imagining Ithamar in the little, like, the outfit with the explorer hat and the massive gun.
And the monocle.
Yeah.
Alright. Yes.
Now you know how Matt Mercer feels.
Sure. My words, they've been twisted in front of me. Yeah. That's what you could,
Is he
definitely...
related to Pivon?
No.
Do I
Their second
recognise it?
cousin's twice removed.
Do I recognise what it means?
It's not the full thing, but you can definitely pick out parts of it as the Elvish word from your teachings as herald. There is an extra bit in which you're not sure what it's from, but the first bit is definitely herald. What herald it is, you don't know.
I don't know what they wanted me for. Or I heard something about the herald, but that's it. I would like answers myself.
I'm gonna get some more stuff out of the bag of holding so that he can start gearing up again while we're talking, because, you know.
Isn't he still in shadows?
He is still bound, so
Have I noticed this?
probably. It's around his hands.
I will just like dagger it with one of my daggers, which I totally still have and haven't forgotten that I owned at all.
Not the 9 daggers you own.
Just the other
I
17.
only have 3 daggers now. We sold the other ones, okay? I used the +1 dagger and I just through the bindings, and then give him his stuff.
Okay, sure.
But I'm very careful not to damage the friendship bracelet if he's still wearing that.
That is
Or did
still
they
there.
That is still there.
No, they didn't take a friendship bracelet off. It's like it's a bit of fabric.
The monsters.
It's a little dusty and dirty, and a little worn from the waters, but it's still there.
I nod my thanks and just rub my wrists so they're presumably sore from being bound, and then I start gearing up.
Seraphine? No, wait, it wasn't Seraphine. It was Seren. Seren and I were Actually, where is Seren? Where'd you go?
Over by the stairs, just sitting there.
Okay, and Seraphine has come with her.
Yep.
Okay. We were wondering if maybe it has anything to do with your other father? Because did you... I'm not sure how to distinguish between the two terminology-wise, but the dad that we met said the dad that we hadn't met was over on this continent, right?
Yes, that's... I can't imagine what connection he could have with this.
Alright. And
I don't even really know what what he's doing here. I wasn't informed as to his mission. I think there may be a branch of the Order somewhere on this continent, so maybe we should go there and ask around for clues.
All right, that would definitely be a good next step. There's also a King's Guild mission going on this continent. That's who we hitched a ride with to get here. So maybe they can help find out what's going on. Clearly something's happening on this continent.
Not to butt in, old chaps, but the Cavens will retaliate if we don't evacuate the facilities.
Well, let the man finish putting his clothes on first, eh?
Yeah, putting on a half plate takes around 20 minutes. Maybe
And
more.
Savant will help because he's also a person that goes out in medium armor.
Half plate's heavy, but sure.
No, not half plate. Full plate is heavy.
Oh, full plate. Never mind.
Half plate is 40 pounds.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yeah.
He meant
Almost.
weight category, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rather than like heavy
Oh.
armor, rather than
No,
like,
half plate.
literally
Yeah,
heavy.
half plate's me.
Medium, yeah. Sorry, Ithan was wearing full plate, yes.
Ulan's gonna fidget a little bit, particularly given like his own recent family discoveries. But do you mind if I ask perhaps an indelicate question, little more?
Go ahead.
You have two fathers. Now, I'm no expert on drow physiology, but I'm pretty sure that that's not the correct combination of components to produce a wee baby Ithamore.
I face palm.
Which
Yeah.
are either of them your biological father? And where does your mother fit in?
No. I am adopted by both of them.
Alright. And do you know anything about your real parents? Real in the biological sense rather than the emotional sense?
No, they are the only family I have ever known.
So what you're saying is that as far as you know, you could quite easily be like the heir to some kind of evil empire, or perhaps your father is secretly a malicious asshole who's turned himself into a dragon or something.
That's oddly specific.
I give him a weird look and just shrug and say, I don't know anything. Maybe we need to look into this. If they've come after me once, there's a good bet they'll come after me again.
Aye, well, they'll have a few extra people to contend with the next time. One last indelicate question. Are your dads drow as well? Or
No.
okay. Right, that. Fair enough. And was Lenito, was Savant helping him get dressed?
Yes.
I will pat him on his little shoulder and I will wander away to go check on Jay.
And by this point, he'll also say, as he helps out with shoulder plates, I'm Savant, by the way, old chap.
Pleasure to meet you. I am Niframore.
Doing the show is going to be pretty hard for a gnome, but you could probably pass him up to him.
I need a soapbox.
I look down and say, "Were you the gnome with the giant?"
Ah, so you were in the group I did see before I got knocked out by
Yeah.
old Stoneface back there.
I tried to escape them, but their magics were too strong for me. I tried to distract them with the giant, but it didn't work. If it had, I would have tried to help you. I'm sorry I couldn't, but it's good to know that you are relatively safe now.
Well, I can't say we're safe for now, old chap. His caverns will retaliate in a short amount of time.
That's why I said relevantly.
Hmm.
It's safe at the minute, but I agree we should move as soon as we can.
Samantha looks back and shouts out, "Gevär! Look around for scary creatures, will you?"
And get the phone while you're at it.
Scary creatures.
No, that's his bird call.
Why am I like? Camera keeps dying. That's weird.
All right. Ulan, you notice Shay going up the steps, up towards where the bodies actually were left.
Okay, I will jog up after her.
Okay.
And I will examine the bodies.
Okay.
That came out weirdly sexual. I didn't mean it that way.
Examine the bodies.
Examine the bodies.
You need microscope glasses?
Mostly, I'm A, checking to see if they have any cool stuff, but also B, checking for like markings or like do they conveniently have? Is it like Skyrim where they've got a piece of paper that explains why they attacked us in their pocket?
Give me an investigation.
Are there encoded orders we need to take to Divinity's Reach?
Oh, wow.
I may have been playing a little too much Guild Force.
Wow.
Wow. You notice a lot of blood, and you definitely find the head that Seren had previously decapitated.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lovely pool of blood on the floor. That's probably distracting.
Do you think you could help me search the bodies for clues? Maybe.
Oh, yeah, she's already actually kind of just walking through the blood. Walking around the bodies, poking some of them. She'll do one as well.
Can I take this time to use some hit dice?
If you're taking a short rest...
Would it count as a short rest to put his armor on?
No, it's only 5 minutes.
No, it'd be 20.
Yeah, it's 20 minutes, but it's half an hour for a proper short rest, so yeah, you could take like another 10 minutes. Yeah.
Joining an medium arm is 5 minutes.
But he's wearing full plate.
He's wearing full plate.
That's 10 minutes.
Yeah. Is it? Oh,
I thought it was 20.
I thought it was 20.
And it was
I have
like...
it open right now.
Numbers.
Right.
Yeah, you guys can take a short rest, sure. Because you guys are investigating bodies. Shay
the
also...
decapitated head has long hair, right? Because it's a drow?
It's the female drow, yeah.
Okay.
And it's, long white hair. It's a little bit trimmed from the axe blade.
Can
nice.
Man. I'm gonna pick up the head by the hair, and I want to like slingshot it so that it lands in front of Seren. Like,
Give me an attack roll.
I'll come closer to do it, but I want to make it land over there, so that it just like rolls comically, with a sling, just a sling roll.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Okay. Yeah. With
Does 24 hit the floor?
yeah, with pretty spot on as it flies over Aaron's head as he jumps up the side. And you don't even see it coming as you see this wonderful ball of white, and then you see parts of it red, and some of the red splatters off in your direction. As it hits the ground pretty much spot on next to Seren and rolls another 10 feet. Which is up.
Serafina is surprised.
Shay's also surprised you're just throwing around body parts at this point.
Does Seren react at all? Slightly different word. Although with Seren, they're mostly the same.
Yes,
No.
she reacts by attacking the head.
No. Okay.
Not at all, just like completely ignored it.
Looks at it briefly and then just goes back to staring.
Shay also finds absolutely jack shit.
Hey Aaron, could you give us a hand searching these bugs?
Hey, the next guy,
You're
the
gonna go
next
through
guy.
the whole party at this rate.
The mouse over there, can you help out?
They're quite bloody, right?
They're pretty bloody, yeah.
we need a second opinion. We think we found something interesting, but we just want you to double check.
I'm good. I'm good.
Definitely notice interesting because one, she's never seen Drow. Also, their armor is very odd in terms of its intricate and very, very detailed for leather armor. As it's dyed black and has intricate, almost patterns carved into it, and then glinted in some type of silver to match the hair, which is oddly beautiful and very strange. Also, there's far too many spikes.
Can I
Can I attempt to persuade Aaron?
Persuade Aaron.
Yes. I'm gonna say.
What is
come
Aaron
on,
doing first of all?
Imagine how exciting a chapter in your autobiography this will be.
No, but can I? I want to look at them without touching them.
Okay. How far away are you going to be? Because for some reason, it's oddly interesting that you would have a biography.
Autobiography.
Autobiography.
Like for his memoirs.
Maybe
This one, I
Ulan
guess.
could also write it for you.
I don't want to get in the blood.
There's a quite a large pool of blood currently. From 3 of the bodies. So yeah.
Damn, I was expecting that to fail.
But yeah, give me a it's gonna be more of a perception at this point if you're just
Yep,
looking.
I don't want to touch it.
Okay. Yeah, 22 is pretty good. Looking across the bodies from the distance, which is it's not a long distance. All the bodies have very similar armor styles. Even the 2 mages or spellcasters, at least, also have very intricate armor, similar to the others. They seem to have small satchels on their side from the bodies that still remain. Large enough to probably have either gold or some small trinket items and such. They look like they have necklaces, but you can't really tell because it's kind of blood splattered. But you can definitely see some type of metallic item around their necks on all of them.
I will point those things out to Ulan. They're under the blood there.
I will point at completely the wrong place. Here? You mean-
No.
Which way? Like where?
Over there.
You said under the blood. Where?
Shay just is like, It's like
Shit.
blood just like clings to it as it's starting to coagulate at this point. Yeah, and pulls one of them off and actually takes it off the one that's decapitated, so it's pretty easy. But yeah, it's definitely metallic, but it's very much got lovely globules of blood just hanging from it currently. it definitely has some type of amulet.
Can I
or...
use my elemental attunement to make the blood come off?
At this point, there's not much water in it.
I'll use prestidigitation to clean it off then.
Okay, that would work. Don't you have to be close range for that?
What, he was just close enough to look at the bodies. So
He's
if he
doing
was
it from
able to
about 10
spy-
feet difference. I think you need touching for proficiency.
Hey now.
Maybe. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah,
know.
you do prestidigitate, and yeah, it cleans the one that's in the hand.
10 feet.
Oh, 10 feet. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, and the blood almost shakes off and all falls to the floor in a nice little puddle underneath, which
Ugh.
joins with the rest of the blood that's already on the floor, and is starting to drain southward down the map towards some type of crevice by a bridge. And you can see it more clearly. It's some type of almost silver type metal, and the amulet itself is some type of moon shape, but in the center of the moon is what looks like a little ball, as it is actually a spherical object. And Ulan, as you're the closest, you can see actually on this little ball object is actually a pattern engraved into it.
Okay.
Do you want to investigate it?
Yeah.
Okay, give me another one. Alright then. Yeah, 17. Looking at it and like calling Shay over towards you, you get a closer look at it and you can actually see 8 lines going across it in all different directions and then touching on the other side of the ball. Almost like a threads wrapping around this ball.
Like a web.
Kind of like a web.
Can I do a roll to see if Ulan knows that Drow's like that they have a spider goddess?
That would be pushing it, but you can attempt a history. Actually, would it be religion?
Just
Darren
to,
would know that.
To vaguely have heard of like the spider.
It's another continent, and
Oh.
these are technically your first drows you've seen. Give me a religion just to see.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Okay.
Drow, like they're underground. Dark stuff.
Ethelmore, have you ever seen anything like this before?
Can I take a religion check to see if I recognise it?
You can definitely see parts of it look very similar to your own trinkets in terms of it. It's a moon shape. But you can give me a... yeah, you can give me a religion as well. $23, yeah.
Drowness works out.
Yes, you definitely recognize definitely the ball in the center as some type of significance towards spiders and those type of creatures. You're pretty sure it's related to Lolith. But you're not in the Underdark. But these are drow, so it would correlate.
I look at it and say, I'm not an expert on such things, but from what little I know of the Elven Pantheon, this looks like it's some sort of significance to the goddess Lol. But I All I know is she's a drow goddess. I think she was banished by the other elven gods, but we would need some who's next within the elven religion to say for certain.
Well, we do have someone who knows a fair bit about drow, I suppose. I'm gonna take the thing from Shay and head over to Saren and just plug myself down on the floor next to her. And see if she reacts.
I'll tilt my head and look at you.
I point at the head and say, "He was wearing this," or she was wearing this, and hand the thing over to Saren.
I'll take it. And I assume I've seen something like it before?
You can definitely remember seeing something like this in your travels, especially around here. You're not really sure what it is, but you've definitely seen it before.
Seen Drow wearing this before. Not entirely sure what it is, but something of religious significance to them as far as I know.
Alright. Speaking of things of significance, what's the deal with you right now? Being all sedony.
What I do.
Aye, but what's going on? Why are you all... You just decapitated someone. Why are you sat on the stairs as if someone just kicked your dog?
Learned about my brother.
Right. And what's that got to do with Ithelmore?
It's difficult to put into words, finding out that someone you trusted wasn't either able to or comfortable enough to tell you what they were.
Why does that
And
matter?
I know that sounds hypocritical coming from me because I didn't tell you guys where I was coming from either, but I spent 20 years in the military that primarily fought Drow. And I've been here on Griffin many times before.
Aye, but
And it's
Ithelmore
hard to...
hasn't. He was
Yes.
adopted. Like,
And I'm
he's
trying
no more
very
a drow
hard
than
to
anyone
remember
else.
that. It's
Really?
just...
Because it doesn't seem like you're trying at all.
Haven't hit him yet, have I?
Well, aye, but immediately walking off the second that you see him isn't exactly a well-adjusted reaction. And I am going to try and give like a feels talk to Seren, but using persuasion at advantage because of my belt of Dwarvenkind.
How are you going to persuade?
I'm gonna like,
her?
because that's what one of the things that my belt of Dwarvenkind does.
Okay, but talking and persuading are two different things.
Well, I'm trying to persuade her to like see it from Ithelmore's perspective. So like, he's the same person that he was the entire time, and to persuade her to try and, you know, like the thing that always happens in films where the person sits down next to the other person and says something and it works.
Well, this isn't the film, but you can try.
Well, okay. I'm just going to click it twice because I don't trust the advantage button to work. Right. Just look at it from Ithelmore's side, right? He is, aside from his abductors, probably the only drow that's ever been in King's Arch for his entire life. He's been taken in by a family that's not even the same race as him. He walks around wearing a mask every single day because, presumably because of how people would react to him, exactly like you just did. Now, you've known him for a while now, and the colour that he is underneath that mask of his has no bearing on anything that he's done. He is exactly the same person that he was when we charged off to rescue him. It makes no difference to who he is as a person, and it shouldn't make any difference to us. And perhaps most importantly of all, he's not one of the drow that's responsible for your brother. He wasn't there. He wasn't even on the same continent. So don't blame him for that. Is this just an awkward silence, or has D muted herself?
I have not actually
Okay.
muted myself. It is a marvelously awkward silence because I don't know what to say.
You can do a charisma roll.
Oh, good, because that's gonna go well.
Well.
Check, I presume?
Just a check,
Yeah. It went about as well as I thought it would. Although it's not a 1.
It is not a 1. But Ulan is definitely very persuasive with this talk. It seems, for some reason, he seems more charismatic today.
It was just a beltingly good argument.
Sit in the corner.
Yep.
Not even dignifying that with a response.
So you just sit there?
I would, since Zayon is not answering Ulan, I would like to go up to Ifilmore, who is basically standing behind us.
Who at this point is back in his full attire of black armor and mask.
I will look up at him. If you don't mind, I would like to make sure that you are not affected by some kind of spell.
That might be a good idea.
But it would take time, and we should probably not do it in these heavens.
Then maybe we should depart now. I don't think there's anything else we can learn from here, is there? I look over my shoulder at the bodies. Can I see anything through that doorway down the passage?
You can't see anything because you saw it open, but now It just looks like a pretty
It's closed.
blank wall. There's a little bit of inscribes in it, but it's very much part of the wall currently. And Shay's trying to inspect it for something, but he's frustrated because
I
she's not
look around
good.
at the others and wait to see what they want to do.
Can I hear this conversation from where I'm sat?
Yeah, it was 20 feet. Yeah,
And where's little guy?
hiding in a corner.
Can I see him, or is he completely outside?
For you, he's out of sight. You could probably hear
It's
him.
a half wall. You said I could see over them if I'm on my toes, basically.
Oh, are you on your toes though?
Yeah, I'm watching
Okay.
over.
All right. Yeah, you can see his head pop over the corner.
Hey, Tiny. Do you think you'd be able to lead the way back here if we left? Get us
Well,
back to
don't-
these caverns.
Don't call short people tiny, that's rude.
I think, old chap, would take me some time to study the area, but I will probably be able to do it.
On the way back, if you could keep an eye out on the route, we may need to direct some people back here. Or lead them ourselves, I suppose. There weren't too many twists and turns on the way, I don't think, but there's something going on with this place here. And the local militia may want to do something about it.
I hope our boat is fine.
Well, it's probably in better shape than their boat is.
Our boat should be fine.
Well then, if you don't mind, old chaps and ladies, let's take our leave. As he turns around to the one that haven't said anything to him the whole time.
I'm not that old, right?
No,
I'm not that old either.
technically it should be young chaps, but
It's just how it
God,
says.
that's the worst kind of assless clothing. Old chaps.
Shay's gonna follow behind, kicking the bodies because she couldn't figure out how to open the door. And you guys make your way through the tunnels back the way you came.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
It's gonna be a little bit of a struggle for everyone in the boat, but it's
Well,
just
if
one.
it's a like
two extra people.
evacuation lifeboat, right?
Yeah.
It should be able to hold loads of people.
At least 12.
Yeah, and there's only 2 extra people, so yeah, actually it's not too bad. So yeah, you guys all hop into the boat, and you're not going very far. Actually, at this point, the tide would have actually gone back, so you guys can actually see a beach line, which was, as the dwarf had said previously, that if you waited, the tide would subside.
And we could walk.
And then you could have walked. But you're in the boat, and I guess it would be Ulan and Seren pushing again, or Ithamor.
Yeah.
Is Saren in a state to row? Maybe Ulan and Shay.
Okay.
So
Shay
the-
definitely could at this
So
point.
that Seraphina can just so that Saren can sit and mope.
Actually, yeah, Shay could probably do it by herself. Well, what am I thinking? She has gauntlets. So yeah, you guys make your way back to Dugmore, where it is now pretty good in the afternoon. Actually, just going into afternoon at this point, actually. You guys arrived in morning. So yeah, it's going into the afternoon, so it's high noon.
Wow.
It's always high noon somewhere.
It's the sun is high in the sky, and yes, the boat is still in condition. You do notice there's lots more crates that have been put on the pier nearby it, and are now being shifted into the town itself. And you can still see Ariel occasionally coming up to the top and then. All right. Coming up to the side of the docks, speaking to someone, and then goes back to the boat, and you guys would arrive. Actually, she does notice you as you arrive because it's pretty obvious to spot a little boat approaching. So you made it back,
and the boat is perfectly fine as promised.
I would have on the way told Aaron that he should probably send a message to Caleb. Shit, I forgot her name. His apprentice, Kaylee, to basically make her tell Ithelmore's dad that Ithelmore is safe.
Or can I just send the message to Ithelmore's dad?
Well, that will require you to use a spell.
Meh.
But
yeah, we could just like walkie-talkie it.
The decision would be up to you.
Yeah, I'll contact his father to tell him that he's safe now. He was kidnapped by Drow and we killed them and everything's dandy.
Okay. So you send that message while you guys are on the boat.
I'm on a boat.
Somebody help me take off my armor.
Hopefully you do that on the docks or in the boat, not
If
on
you'd
the
like,
little dinghy.
we can pop in the tavern and see if we can find a lady to help you with that.
In medieval times, probably that happened with some knights, I presume.
What?
Anyway, weird medieval fetish that way.
No. No.
How long did the boat ride take?
To get back, probably around 15 minutes. It was about half an hour by walking, but you guys took boats, so yeah.
Next question is, would I have been able to cast Identify on Ithelmore?
Yeah, it's only 10 minutes ritual. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I would have done that.
I identify him, and there's no magic directly affecting him, apart from his actual items he's currently wearing.
Okay. I would tell Ithelmore there's no spell affecting him.
But yeah, you guys arrive back in dock. You hand over the dinghy,
Yep.
I presume, and make your way onto the pier. Well, docks. Alright then. Do you have any more business here, or I've got a couple more days to stay, if you'd like. And I still haven't heard word from the other team. Head out, so I'm here for at least 2 more days.
By when are you expecting to hear from them?
Probably in 2 days, either in person or by some type of message.
Ulan is gonna do the thing with his pauldron. What's the gold dragonborn's name again?
Valence.
Valence. And contact him and just be like, we've completed our wee little mission. Do you need any help?
At this point in time, they would be. Okay, yeah. So you'd send the message, and it would take a couple seconds to get any reply. But he would give back a message as it's telepathically. Sorry, we're a little busy with some damn spiders down here. We haven't actually made it to our destination yet, so give me another day, and I'll let you know.
Alright, well if you need us, just holler.
No. don't know what this horror is.
Just do this. What we're doing now. That's fine.
Communicate.
Aye, pretty much.
You always were the weird one.
Alright, well, take care. Speak to you soon. Bye.
Click.
Click.
I was really tempted to throw a love you in there, but no.
Like in my head, I just see like Ulan go down knee, like talking into his like
oh yeah, no,
cauldron.
like he was legit like leaning into the pauldron and talking at it.
Yeah, like doing the Solid Snake style, like.
So then.
Like if there was an earpiece, he would be touching the earpiece.
He was just touching his ear for no reason at all.
Yeah, probably.
Do Dragon Balls really have ears? I thought they were just ear holes.
Ear hole. Well, it's still an ear.
Yeah.
He just don't have the flappy
ears. They'd be deaf.
You're such an ear hole.
Wow.
Wow.
Alright. So, you guys are now in Dugma. It's going into afternoon, probably about 12, 11 o'clock.
So I guess we'll like move to a more convenient place to talk rather than just like randomly standing on the pier. Like,
Yeah.
I guess
Well,
onto the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Into
ship
the common
is...
area on the ship.
Is there a what in the area?
Is that
No,
what?
onto the ship, into
Okay.
like one of the common areas.
In the common area.
Oh yeah, the messel. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. It's pretty empty at this point. Most of the crew is out, either restocking or moving supplies. So yeah, you guys are pretty much by yourselves in here.
So, the way I see it, we've got 3 options. We can stay and find out what the hell is going on and why these people I suppose succeeded in taking Ithelmore, but not to his complete destination. We could stay, try and get in touch with the Knights of Balance on this continent, speak to Ithelmore's other father, see if he knows anything. Or we could just bugger off back home and call it a racing wee adventure and get on with our lives.
I
Anyone
look
have any
to
thoughts on that?
Ifilmore. Basically to see what he's saying.
I don't think going back now is really an option. I'm sure whoever's behind my kidnappers would just try again. So we need to stay here for the time being.
Aye,
Or
but
rather, I need to stay here. I won't ask you to stay if you don't want to. The choice is yours.
well, no one's saying they don't want to stay, and
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just letting you know that
aye.
I will stay, but if any of you would rather go home, I won't hold it against you.
If they do try and snag you again, it's going to be a lot easier for them to do it while you're still on this continent.
True. I suppose we could always lay a trap. So
I do like traps.
So you book into a room in one of the inns here and lie in wait. And when they come again, we can try and capture them. And then we can interrogate them.
I can foresee absolutely no ways in which this plan could go horribly wrong. What do you think, Saren? This plan probably involves killing a lot of Drow. Or at least punching them repeatedly.
That I can get on board with. Doesn't it hinge, though, on trying to bait them into coming after him again on our terms?
Aye, but that shouldn't be too difficult. If we
Make it obvious we're still here.
send a message back through the slow official channels back to Ithelmore's father, let the militia know to, I don't know, send a letter and hope that they steal our mail, or, you know.
Or at least have somebody that might know on the inside that will inform them that we're still here.
Aye,
Not sure
I
they're
mean,
bad
should we-
agents.
Make it out that you lot are going home, or would that be too obvious a bluff?
I think it would be a wee bit too easy to notice that we're still here, to be honest. We're not exactly a subtle collection of individuals.
Not to butt in, old chaps and ladies, as he looks around the room as he helps out the cleric that they don't know the name of.
I did tell you the name, I think.
Oh, you did? Never
I
mind.
did.
As he helps out Aaron. I'm a bit awkward in this situation because I'm not part of your gang, but I do want to get off this island, and I'm not known in your group. If you will help me off this island, I could help out being the bait, as I'm not the known of your circle.
How would that make you bait? Surely, if they don't know who you are, then they won't want to snag you.
No, but he
Well-
could go places we can't.
Exactly, and as he empties his pockets and just 5 gold coins fall out, I'm a bit poor, and the drow do need informant quite often.
So you're gonna try and squeal on us to the drow?
Well, they don't easily get into town, as the guards is always looking out for them. But they do need informant and help out, so I can give them false information and then lure them into the trap, as we now know where they may be. And the people that saw me are now dead. So
Are they not gonna be a wee bit suspicious when a stranger shows up to? Like we're working on the assumption that they actually know who we are.
well, at least they know this as it looks over Ifenmore.
Aye, they know Ethelmore, but I don't think they necessarily know.
Problem is, we do not know who their spies are.
Exactly. And the idea.
Well, I
of-
don't need to go to the spies. I could go to the main source.
Aye, but so you're
Aye.
just gonna wander around in the Underdark until some drow abduct you. I just hope that they're the right bunch of drow.
That and
We have no idea who needs to be told.
Yes, the only way I can imagine it working is if they captured you and forced you to become an agent of theirs, and then you, under the guise of my guides, led me into a trap. But that is too specific a set of circumstances to rely on.
We don't even know who is trying to abduct him.
Well, I know that they're from that place. At least they were going around there, so they should be
there
probably
are
more
there are a
around there.
lot of drow in the Underdark, a lot of factions.
Aye,
There is
and
no.
But that place aren't Underdark.
aye, the place
Yeah,
with
but
the
that's one of the
secret-
entrances to
The
it.
secret magical door that they'll be extremely suspicious that you know about. Odds are they're just as likely to kill you on sight as they are to recruit you as a spy.
That's what they tend to do. Kill first, ask questions later.
Knocking on the front door is maybe the worst decision.
Of course, I won't be knocking on the front. I will
It
be
will be
seen
right up
around.
there.
I will be seen around the
I-
entrance, get caught, and I will say I was out hunting.
We'll call that Plan F, as in you'll probably be effed.
I thought it was F for fail.
Well, either way.
Well, I think that's
Se-
the most
maybe-
adventurous way to do
Seren,
it.
when you came here to wage your campaigns against the Drow, what was the name of the dwarves that you interacted with? The main family here?
The
Storms?
Forge Hearts.
Forge Hearts. I knew it had something to do with hammers. Is it perhaps worth us trying to get in contact with them and just to give us some kind of allies with some sort of local knowledge? Either them or the Knights of Balance are the only people on this whole continent that we have any kind of familiarity with.
We
If-
could. I could send word, but it would have to go to the capital at this point. I don't know if they'd have representatives in the city. I'm pretty sure they've. Well, my
and
guess
the
anyway that
capital's
they've
a couple
pulled.
of days away.
Aye, and they've probably pulled everyone they can out for their campaign into the Underdark. I don't know who might be left at this point.
Well, we know where they were. We followed them. We know where they were trying to take it, or maybe we could just go back and poke a little further and just come back.
Do we have the clout to get through whatever door that was?
Well, we didn't check.
Well, Shade tried and she couldn't find anything.
Yeah, but we're crafty.
Or you do already know it leads to attach to the deep roads. Sorry, deep roads? Underroads. Well, Dark already.
Did we get a map of that?
You got of the local area.
Of the underroads?
Yeah.
Did
which
it include this
connects
place?
to the next 3 towns towards the capital.
If we look on the map and compare it to the other map that we've got, can we work out what tunnel that feeds into?
It will connect to the main one. As there's main pathways and then minor intersections, either connecting to minor hovels or independent houses, or
so basically, that door could have that was just an entrance to the underroads. It wasn't leading anywhere specific.
No.
Okay. So we might as well go in a different door that doesn't have a magical block.
They're probably all guarded in some way or another.
Aye, but we'll be able to get through other ones instead of forcing our way through one that they might have warded to know if someone's coming and going.
AK, it's better to go through a dwarf guarded door than a drow guarded door.
Aye.
But
that is some logic that I can get behind.
If this is the door that they've previously used, and we can assume that it is because that's where they came back from, that will be easier to track them over there.
Yeah.
Aye, but we could go.
We
to
could
this
get
side.
to that door
Yeah,
from
we could work our way
this
back
side and then work our way from there.
if needs be. Yeah. But if it sounds like these underroads are quite extensively travelled. You're a tracker, right, wee man?
I feel I'd take myself a little back here, yes.
Is it likely that we'd be able to pick up the trail of us? Well, they didn't even go through the door, to be fair. We killed them before they went through, and it was days before they'd last been anywhere, so...
And we don't know
be a
how
trail
far
to
in
find.
King's Arch.
Out of game question, we did see one pass through, walk out the door, didn't we?
You did.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
we killed them.
And then we killed them.
Well, I mean, are we gonna be able to follow that one person anywhere meaningful, and is that a worthwhile use of our time? Are we better doing a wee bit of intelligence gathering instead?
Might not
Depending
even have been the
on,
same people that took Ephemer that we killed, so they might already have sent message to whoever wants Ephemer.
Aye.
In fact, before we know, they could have been mercenaries.
It could be a dwarf that wants you captured, or a giant underground monkey. Like, who knows? We know absolutely nothing at this. Well, as good as absolutely nothing at this point.
Well, we should assume that they basically know a lot about us, because they might have been spying on us, and then took the opportunity when we all went different directions.
Well,
That is possible.
if we go in as it sounds into the Underdark to get these drow, there's only one man I can think about that would be able to help us. So may be hard to get a hold of him.
Who would that be?
Well, that would be my uncle. He's a more long-lived tracker, and he do guard the Underdark and the Underroads quite often. Apparently fuck my camera today.
You said he was difficult to get a hold of.
Aye. He is well, if you found the right tavern, then he will be quite easily to get a hold on. He just to find it.
So he travels a lot.
He drinks a lot.
So what you're suggesting is that we go to every single tavern on the continent until we find a specific wee little gnome.
No, I'm about to see him in a short time, as I was out hunting. He's still my mentor in some kind of way. And he do help me out with the money business, as I'm quite poor and don't really have a job for now.
What is a short time?
He stands back and thinks about how long he was out hunting. It could be this weekend. What day is it?
It's probably a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I was out a couple of weeks, but he like... I suspect he comes by once a month, right?
Saren, give me a history. Savant, you can actually give me history as well. Okay. Alright. Both are alright. Pretty decent. The best people to know is pretty much any of the main guardsmen in any of the towns, as there's always some type of connection to the Underdark that they have to keep track of. So they know entrances. People that would know the actual Underdark itself would be people who either do excursions down there, which would be either hunters themselves or actual military regiments that go down there, like Serens. So finding one of the main regiments, either from the Forge Hearts or one of the other major clans, would be helpful as well. The Underroads themselves pretty much cover all of Griffin. And there is parts that do actually have to go through the Underdark themselves, even because of collapses and reroutes. So there's some pathways that actually go into the Underdark to then come back out, because of having to reroute from some type of collapse of a cavern or a tunnel. So you would probably eventually find your way into the Underdark, no matter which way you went. And from the map you have, actually, Ulan, you can probably assume some of them that are very winding pathways probably go in that direction. As some of them don't really keep a strict pathway, they seem to just zigzag.
Well, I think the most important thing for us to do at this point, before we worry about who's going to guide us places, is work out where the hell we're trying to get guided to.
Somebody might know of a nearby Dwarf city from the entrance.
If they were indeed taking them to a drow city, instead of a bandit's hideout or a city on the surface or a hell portal to the underworld.
Also, do we really want to go into a drow city? There's only 6 of us.
7.
Cough 7.
I kicked around and looked at Shakes. I've forgotten she's the heck. She's so quiet.
She gives you death stares by sitting on the chair. It's more perching, actually.
If Savant wants to follow us. Or lead us.
Well, I don't really have any better to do.
But we still don't know where we're going. So are we better off trying to find the dwarves or the knights?
Aye.
To see if there's any kind of a lead.
We can always wait around, find a nut city to be in, and wait for them to find us.
Aye.
True.
But alright, perhaps then the ship is leaving back to Berlin in a couple of days.
There's always ships going that direction.
Oh, no. How about we wait a couple of days until, like, here, to see if they come and try and nab Ithelmore before the ship leaves. If they haven't ambushed us by a couple of days' time, then we head to...
I don't think the Drow personally will come, because it is a bigger city.
Well,
they might send someone.
They might do, but I mean, they sent... The Drow came to friggin' King's Arch. I mean...
True.
Speaking of which, how did they get you from King's Arch?
Just about to ask that.
Yeah,
excellent question, Aaron.
How'd they even catch you in the first place?
I received a mysterious note in the night, and I went to investigate.
On your own?
Yes, in hindsight, that was a bit foolish. They asked me to come with them. I refused, and they gave chase, and they managed to capture me. Their magics were too strong for me.
Do you still have this note?
No, I left it in my room back at the pyramid.
Right.
All right. If we take the few days to wait to see if they come for him, or if anybody comes for him, we can send word to someone. Well, actually, we can go back to the guard post and see if they can send word to one of the Forge Hearts representatives. If there's one in the city, we can speak, or if we need to send word to the capital.
It was 2 days travel to the capital, right?
Aye, but I'm sure they've got ways to get messages there faster, maybe by Raven or something.
Well, like, either way, the way that I see it, if they want to capture Ithelmore before he heads back to Berlin, they need to do it in the next couple of days. So let's give him the next couple of days. If they don't try and ambush him by then, we'll come up with a new plan.
Right. And in the meantime,
we can try and send word to who needs word sent to them. See if maybe we can get Kaylee to talk to Ithelmore's father, to contact Ithelmore's father, so we can find out where he is, or at least to find out where the
I
lights are.
think we've got to know that the courtyards was also the ones to go to if we wanted to know where Ithelmore's dad's group went.
When did we find that out?
I can't remember who
I
got
can't remember.
that. But I wrote it down, so it's somebody
okay.
got that to know.
Okay.
I don't remember which group it
Then,
was, but
well,
Wait, what's this?
Are you sure that wasn't supposed to be Saren's brother, not Ithelmore's father?
yeah, we talked to Saren and Ulan talked to the guards about finding the forge hearts, and
we also did ask for basically the order of balance where they had gone.
we did. Oh, did we know that they've gone to the excavation or something?
It was one of the things we asked about in case we didn't find any clues about
Okay.
Ithelmore. Basically, get to his father to get to know more about Ithelmore, kinda.
And you were told there was one strange dwarf whose attire seemed to match what you said. But it wasn't a group.
That was
It was last
a-
week, and I was tired.
It was
Just to clarify.
okay. Well, let's. Aaron, if you could talk to Keely again, and see if she can have a wee chat with Ithelmore's dad, and see if he can point us in a direction of finding other dad. And Saren can look into sending word to the dwarves. And in doing so, we'll do that in the most obvious, visible way possible to try and catch the drow's attention. And then we'll find somewhere to wait them out. See if they come in the next couple of days. And if they don't come in the next couple of days, we'll jump off that bridge when we come to it.
Alright. Okay. I'll start casting ritual.
Well, you
you said
just send
use
him down.
stones.
He has
do,
the sixth
yeah, but
one.
do the stones have any like charges per day or?
I don't think I said.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
Okay, well
they
then I'll
just only-
just...
That's why you guys spent so much money on him.
Well, you know, Ulan, you could just as easily contact Kaylee yourself.
Yeah, I could, but I think this is more of a you thing to, like, you know, because you're her mentor now, and it's kind of a work thing. And I mean, I don't know, she's not giving me her sending stone number or anything, so I mean, I don't want to, you know, tell her I say hi though. But no, I'll let you do that. And I'll go with Seren to contact the dwarves. Seren, shall we? Dwarves? Let's go now, quickly.
Yes, off we go.
Quickly.
Great.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye, everyone.
guys.
Bye.
Wow.
Okay. Now we know Ulan's kryptonite. I mean, what's kryptonite?
What is kryptonite? Is this some type of strange stone?
Actually, yes. It is a real thing in the real world.
Do they have them in Terra?
Probably not.
Savant looks over his shoulder and over his shoulder to basically like where Yvar is standing because it's tiring to have him on his head all the time. Yvar, please go with them so you can come back if it were to be trouble.
Bring, bring.
Is the bird following us?
How big is he?
He's pretty large. He's about the same size
He's
as a gnome.
as big as Savant.
So it's like
Okay, yes, but how
45.
tall are you? I'm sorry.
3 feet.
3 feet.
Oh, he can sit on my shoulder.
Same
On my
size
other
as
shoulder.
Seraphine.
He's like golden eagle sized.
It's
Go-
fine.
And
I'll have Bubo on one shoulder.
you
and
look
the
like
blood
the
hawk-
weirdest barbarian pirate ever.
Yep.
We need,
Out
to
on
chop,
one
We need
giant
to look
hawk on the hill.
obvious.
Way to hog all the birds, D.
we need to chop off your leg now.
No. If you try it, I will
But-
end you.
Imagine if you,
Well,
if you
I
fit
can say
an
one
axe
thing.
to
Having
it.
a demon owl on your shoulder and a blood hawk on your other shoulder is a quite
Yeah.
good thing to make you look not suspicious at all.
Actually,
I love that her pirate name would be like Seren Axefoot.
Yes, Saren, imagine axe legs.
No.
Have you seen Kingsman
yes.
No.
with the lady with the crazy blade feet?
Yeah.
Or just a crossbow in case you need ranged attacks.
But Saren, actually,
I
as
could install a
you're
blunderbuss.
trying to find out who to actually get the best information from,
Yep.
just give me an intelligence, just a straight up intelligence. 'Cause I want to see how much
An
you can.
intelligence check, you mean?
Yeah, just check
Okay.
to see
Oh,
how much you
God.
can remember. All right then. Yeah,
Crap.
there we go. You remember quite a few things actually. The main family that deals with this trade town, the Krongrind, is a trading family by nature. They deal with the minor islands in the area as well as most of the ports business from here to Berlin, as well as the next two major towns, which are actually put on the map. And their family names of the Goldrums and the Stonehammers. Both of them, the kind of like the head family that deals with just general business of the towns. And obviously then the Four Charts, which are currently the head family of the entire continent and the
No, the Krongrind are the head family in Dugmore.
Dugma, yeah.
Oh my god, I only just noticed there was a map.
Yeah, it
And
took me
then
forever
the
also to find it.
Goldrums are.
Of
Oh my
Dol
god, now
Condor.
I can't think. Oh god. Damn it, Ambi, it sounds like Duggledore from Tolkien.
Google Door.
Dol Gudurf. No. Dol Condor. The Goldrums, and Merlin is
Or the
the
Stonehands.
Stonehands. Did I say Stonehands or Stonehammers? Stonehammers.
Okay, I heard Stonehands, but I will amend that as
Stonehammers.
Stonehammers.
Mhm.
The
Stonehammer. Oh
map
god,
that
really?
I-
Dwarves? I'm shocked.
Oh, hammers? No, shit.
Ulan's map of the continent. Does it have place names on it?
No, it's just a map. You would have to mark those on
Okay.
yourself.
We can do that.
I was going to ask a question, but I don't need to. What does dull mean? As in DHOL, because I speak Dwarvish now.
Yeah, what do they translate into, actually?
Dull is basically like town or large town or city.
Okay.
Like, it's,
So it's
a
like
place.
it's the Dwarvish for Vil. then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
Welcome to Garrickburg.
And they're all pretty major tags. This one's slightly different because it's a port, but the other ones are strictly actually underground. As you did technically pass through all these as you were going through, making your way to the capital. Yes, that's the information you can remember, so you probably want to speak to one of those family members.
Okay.
If you can't find one of the representatives.
Back to the guard post we found, Ulan. Start there. Or actually, would I know where the representatives would be in Dugmore from the four charts?
If there is a representative, they're probably staying with the clan family here.
With the Krongrinds, okay.
The what
And-
grinds?
The Klongrinds.
Krongrinds. And would I would know where they're
You would know
something.
their current establishment. would
Yes,
be
thank you.
pretty.
Like, there's a
It's
word.
pretty close to the outpost itself. It's built into the rock face on the northern side, and goes straight into the rock side itself. So it's not very visible per se, but you notice it when you approach it. So you guys go in that direction?
Yeah.
Okay. What's everyone else doing?
Sending a message.
You're sending a message, Ethelmore and Seraphina?
I'm gonna just stay in the mess room on the ship.
Okay, Seraphina.
Savant will walk up on the deck of ship and think about a place where. Would it be like a tavern or an inn somewhere you can hire where it's very close, like on the edge of the border of the town, basically? Like think of like a place that would be easy to infiltrate.
It's pretty much isolated. There's no like next to the roadside because you have the gate and then you have the deep roads, which just goes on for miles.
So well, the Seven ship also. Does he think that the ship looks infiltratable enough for the Drow to think that they could?
You're in the docks. Give me a perception, just to like get an idea of the area and the boat itself. It's a boat. You haven't really been on boats.
Nope.
This one's pretty sturdy, and it's on water. Water's pretty good. So if they come by water,
It's a giant ship. He knows at least the size of the ship.
Yeah, this ship is giant, especially for you. This is like ridiculous. Like this is, let's say it was 300 feet.
It's like a dwarven house.
Yeah, it's like 100 of you in a line is the ship. So yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. So yeah, actually, with that, let's take a break and we'll come back to you guys. What?
I want to ask Ethelmore a question.
Oh, all right then. Go ahead.
And the Inquisition begins.
Where were you yesterday at 7 p.m.?
I wasn't expecting that to be.
I'm surprised at you.
So why
I come in wearing a red robe next. And bearing a comfy cushion. Sorry, go on.
So why didn't you tell us? I know Ulan said why you might have not, but I kind of want an answer from you.
Partly what he said, that Drow aren't really accepted on the surface world, and partly a case of I didn't really think I needed to. Technically, I do not lie. I am an elf. I just omitted some facts. But then again, you never asked, did you?
Well, we didn't know.
Plus, let's remember that we, I guess all of us have some secrets.
I did tell you about Pyrex.
I want to insight Seraphina.
God damn it!
That's the hierarchy problem you had. There was no problem that I had.
Oh, fuck.
Wow,
Now would
25.
be a good time for a nat 20, Seraphina. Or not.
Seraphina is like, she's not even an open book. She's like pages just placed out on the desk for you to
It's
read.
like a video. It's just playing in front of you.
Yeah. There's definitely something she's
There
not
is Yeah, no. Yeah. She's definitely keeping way more than just I've told you about Pyrox. So yeah.
Right. And I'm glad you were honest with us, Serafina.
Can I
Can you-
fight him?
Can you do a deception, Aaron?
A deception, you're in deception. With a deception.
Oh.
Damn it.
Serafino, you know you've been read like an open book.
And he's not calling you on it.
Yeah, that's also true. He knows you're bluffing and hasn't called it. He's the worst at poker, or just really good.
Or both.
He's playing the long game, okay?
Or both. He's playing the long con, yeah.
I have the cards, but I don't know what to do with them.
It's like Royal
He's got
Flush.
a bit
Royal
higher.
fucking flush. He just doesn't know what to do.
It's like, I have face cards?
Oh,
I'm
that has a
just-
queen on it.
I'm sat there in the middle, just oblivious to all this.
Yeah. You've never been good at reading people.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking of picking it up, so I'm just oblivious to what's going on between them. I just look at Seraphine and shrug and say, I had no idea that they would come after me. I didn't know that there was anyone to come after me, so...
I didn't expect you to know. I'm just... I don't know how to explain how I'm feeling, but I'm a little sad that you didn't trust us enough to tell us.
I'll look at Serafina again.
I shrug and say, it never really occurred to me that it would be an issue.
Well, for most of us it wasn't, so...
Well, now we know.
Yes, now we know.
God damn it. Does Ilfamar catch up on anything?
If you can roll it inside if you want to.
I think that would be passive insight.
Passive insight, actually, yeah, no, you got minus wisdom?
Yeah, my passive insight is 12.
We did roll very poorly on
You
deception.
both rolled really poorly on deception, actually, that's true. So, yeah, both... It's not high insight, but you definitely know there's something weird between these two. They're like looking at each other with these weird stares. It's like side glances, like... Yeah.
I shrug and say, it's in the past now. I think it's best if we just move forwards and try and figure out what they want from me.
I agree.
It sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I'll walk outside and send a message then.
Alright then. As you guys think you have a plan, we'll take a break.